All right, geezers and geezels, if that be the correct terminology. I'm going to say yes, it is. So it is week 6. I am in week 6 of my running 5 to 20k, which has now been changed to 5 to 22k because 22 kilometers is a half marathon. And I thought if I'm doing 20 kilometers, I might as well just do 22 and make it a half marathon. So now it's 5 to 22 kilometers. And it has been going well. So obviously last time I documented my 3 runs. So the first run, recovery run, second run, tempo run, and the third run is my long distance run. And I just watched the third run back on YouTube and my long run was 6 kilometers. And this Sunday I just completed 14 kilometers. So we've come a long way. And that 14 kilometers was tough. It was a bit rainy, but it has been an awesome experience so far. So I've been going out, no headphones. So to start with, I was with headphones the whole time, but now I've just started going without headphones. It's a lot more of a kind of a meditative kind of process. You just get to think, you're in your own head, you're not distracted, you're fully present, and I've been loving it. It's been awesome. So I'm going to do another 3 videos. So today is going to be the recovery run. I'm going to explain a few things, what have gone on during this process. Like I've had to change my program. So as I said at the beginning, I'm doing 3 runs per week and 3 whole body sessions per week. So naively, I had in my whole body sessions, 1 exercise within the first day was squats. And in the third day, I had stiff leg deadlifts. And I did that for a couple of weeks and I realized how much impact running puts through your spine, and then that additional impact from deadlifts and squats was just too much. My lower back was getting absolutely toasted. So like any good program, you kind of have to adjust on the fly. You have to make the client fit the program and not the other way around. Even though I created the program, it's not set in stone. It can be changed and it should be changed depending on what is going on. For example, injuries, lifestyle, etc. if you're just not enjoying it. So it has changed. So now instead of my squats, I'm doing Bulgarian split squats, and instead of stiff leg deadlifts, I am doing B stance RDLs. So that's just a staggered stance, similar to a stiff leg deadlift, but it's just a bit more unilateral. So it's going to be a less load going through my spine, and it's already cleaned up my lower back and my hips feel a lot better from it. So today is my recovery run. So today is fairly easy. It's always between 30 and 45 minutes. It's just steady pace. It is, like it says, just recovery runs. So yesterday I trained whole body. Yesterday I did split squats, so my legs are pretty toast. And I ran 14K on Sunday, so my legs are feeling it. So today having a recovery run is perfect. So I can just plod along. I'll get some filming in there. But what I am adding in today is something called strides. So strides are something I've been adding in throughout my recovery runs and sometimes at the end of one of my longer runs. So a stride is you running 10 to 30 seconds at around like 85 to 95%. So pretty hard, but you're looking to develop your stride. So this is kind of going to bring you, just makes you more conscious of your run, how you are actually running. So you have 10 to 30 seconds of running at a decent pace. You're thinking about striding it out. It wants to look fairly kind of elegant, and it's just about like technique. So you know it's just going to be only 10 to 30 seconds. So you can go hard and you can really focus on technique for that amount of time. And then you just go back into your normal jog. So I'll either do these during my recovery run just to kind of mix it up just throughout. So I'll just pepper them in. Or I'll, like today, I'm going to stick it at the end of my run. I've decided for the last kilometer, I'm going to just start doing a few strides. So maybe every 100 meters, I'll do 80, 90, 100 meters of strides, and then I'll just slow jog for another 100 meters. And then I'll do the same thing again. So it's just a way to get in more quality strides while you're going through your recovery runs or kind of zone 2 runs. So it's just a way for you to increase the quality of your stride without actually having to have a direct session for it. But I will film some so you can see what it kind of looks like. But I'm sure I actually got told the other day, somebody saw me running and he said, "You run weird." So let's film and let's see if I do run weird. Let's go get changed. Someone's a lot bigger than last time as well, aren't they? So left for a run, kiss the wife and the dogs goodbye, get a kilometre in, and then the phone goes and I think, oh no, something's happened. And then it's my wife on the other end. Have you got a verification code on your phone? What are you talking about, woman? I've gone for a run. Jeez Louise. Wrong time, lady. Wrong time. Good job he's on his own, not with a pack of people. You don't want to cross me today, pal. The other day I was running along and I was thinking, who's cut these perfectly shaped semicircles into the grass? And then I realised a few days before, there are a bunch of travellers. Calm down, car. Look at all those semicircles. There are a bunch of travellers parked up here and they had their horses tied here, as you can see by the shit. So they were stapled in on a leash so the horses couldn't go anywhere. But obviously they can only get a certain distance, so they've shorn a perfect semicircle into the grass. So I'm thinking, do we think that's what crop circles were back in the day? Maybe they stuck a big old animal, tied it to a pole, and then you could get a perfect circle when he eats everything. Interesting. So I've just done my tempos because I realised I'm not going to be able to film tempos going through the town. People think I'm a novice ears. So if I'm setting a tripod up and doing tempo runs, they're going to hate me even more. But one thing is, I filmed it and watched it back and I thought, fucking hell, he's right. I do run like a knob, but I think I was just running too quick. So what I did a slow-mo and then I watched that back, and I think it doesn't look too bad. Just got some pasty ass legs. Get me to Barbados, baby.
Get out. I know. I had a great run, a fantastic run. If you come soon, then you can come soon.
I know, miss. I know.
Get out, Ty.
Why?
Oh no.
I just back to...
She's been eating poo.
Oh no. Get out of it, you pooey bastard.
And we are back, we are showered, we have made lunch. Have a berry and protein smoothie, one banana and a kiwi fruit. A little trick to the kiwi fruit, instead of spooning it out like a child, cut the ends off because you get those really hard bits, and then you get to eat the whole thing, so you get more fiber and nutrients from the skin, because the skin is edible, but a lot of people don't eat the skin, but you can get more fiber and it's a bit better. So I have opted for a bit of a lighter lunch today because I'm picking my parents up from the train station. Funnily enough, the last time I filmed these videos, I was dropping them off at the train station because they're off to Australia. And now, 4 or 5 weeks later, they're coming back and I'm picking them up again. So for some reason, I keep deciding to do these videos on some of my busiest days. Smart. Not so smart, but hopefully what you saw in this video was the strides. So I did film myself doing the strides, as I said in the video, and yes, I did think they looked a little bit weird. I felt my run did look a little bit odd, so my friend was right. I do run a little bit like a weirdo, but I did do a slow-mo, which I'll show you, and I think slow-mo, it doesn't look too bad, but I think everybody has weirder runs, or I think I'm just quite stiff. I'm a bit of a stiff person in general. But that's the recovery run done. So it's gonna be a bit of a lighter lunch today. Hopefully maybe a burger and chips later on, who knows. And that's pretty much it. That's a wrap. And then Tuesday, Thursday, we're going to be doing tempo runs. So I'm gonna show you behind the scenes of the tempo runs. I'm gonna explain what I have been doing tempo-wise, what I've built up to, and I'm gonna get a little bit more into nutrition on that one as well, because I'm going to be doing a little 3-4 week mini cut leading into holiday in the middle of November. So I'll see you in that video. Cheers, guys.